Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Yeah, welcome to it. What's up? It is Thursday, KVJ After the Show Podcast. It's kind of funny because it's Thursday, and it's such a weird cycle that I ride as an alcoholic, where you have this thing where you
Hi, Kevin.
go in as I'm riding by. Hello, how are you? You have this thing where you go into the weekend and you just get your fill of drink, and then come like Monday morning is just like, oh, you're just
Never again.
If not that, just like the last thing you want to do, like I'm good, I got my fill, I'm fine, and you're fine Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and boy, by the time Thursday starts to roll around, you're just like, gosh, man,
Itchy.
a freaking beer would be so good right now.
I had a long talk with God on Monday, and I kind of forgot to talk on Thursday because I'm with you. Let's crack open a beer.
It's kind of the cycle the way it goes. I'm telling you, it's just those first 3 days of the week, man, really kick your ass.
It does.
Yeah, and whatever kind of penance or whatever you're feeling on that Monday, boy, I'm telling you, by the end of the week, you're like, all right.
Your body and your mind and your spirit knows the week is coming to an end, and you're like, I deserve this. My body needs this. And plus, it's been over 2 hours since Beer Fest.
Yeah, well, and I wonder if, because I think we, so many of us have crazy, stressful jobs or, coworkers that we want to strangle. And I just wonder if we all had like very simple lives, it was just easy and carefree, would you still at the end of the week get those same kind of like, I could really use a beer? Or you just be like, no, I feel just the same peace that I felt on Monday.
Great question.
Yeah, because I blame a lot of it on this job. I'm like going, it's just, I feel like sometimes when you get to the weekend, if I didn't drink on the weekend, I just don't know if I'd survive.
I probably drank more when I was running a baseball camp. By Friday,
yeah.
Dealing with kids and their parents, yeah.
And I was like in it. I had to watch all of them. It was like the whole camp, and you're right. Then you have to talk to the parents for hours after, and by Friday, you're like, give me a fucking triple, bartender.
Yeah, well, I think there is. I mean, there are professions associated with higher rates of drinking.
I think teaching's one of them. I know a lot of teachers that really turn it up, man.
Yeah, no, they really do. I mean, boy, those teacher parties that you see. And I remember I used to work promotions, one of my first gigs in radio for a New York radio station. And so often what we did, I think it was called hula hands. You're up there, Virginia. Do they have hula hands in New York? Does that sound right?
I do remember a hula hands.
It's been so long now. But yeah, it's there was a hula hands right across from Wall Street. It was like maybe up and down, but we would be there on Fridays, and we do happy hours at Hula Hands. And my gosh, man, seeing these freaking stock market guys come in, they were hardcore. And I was, 21 years old and came out of Ohio University, the number one party school in the country. And I saw these guys come in, I'm like, holy crap.
Well, they were drinking, and they were also snorting.
Oh, yeah.
That's how they do it on Wall Street.
Intense.
Yeah. No, it was nuts. I mean, they don't, like, normal people, like, well, normal for me was, you get a beer, glass of wine or something like that. They rolled right in and went right to shots. And I was like, holy crap. And they didn't, it's not like we did they just pounded shot after. I'm like, well, these guys are animals.
That's how they make it seem like on that show Mad Men, back in the advertising firm back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Every guy and every woman is having this brandy at noon or at 10 o'clock in the morning. You need a drink. And they're all drinking. Was it really like that? Is it like that? Where motherfuckers are drinking brandy at 10?
Great question.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some kind of correlation. I think part of it is correlation to stress, but then probably correlation is to the atmosphere and the lifestyle around it. Like some of the ones I'm looking at professions they mentioned, bartenders, musicians, carnival workers, probably guys that are in baseball, stuff like that. That's probably more where it's not so much the stress that's pushing you to drink. as it is the atmosphere you're in. It's just a party atmosphere.
Oh, if I worked at a carnival, I'd always be drunk.
Yeah.
Carnival?
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of them are.
The carnies? That's not politically correct to say anymore.
I know.
Why, though?
I don't know. I just did a festival in Buffalo, and we were traveling and working, and so I was kind of like in the carny circle, like hanging out with the people that were working the festival, and it's just a different way of life. They all start hooking up with each other. There's so much carny drama. Like these two guys were fighting over this one chick, and she had a baby with one of the guys, and then the other guy, her man that she had a baby with, told her, "Well, if you're gonna cheat on me and sleep around, I'd rather you do it with him because I know him and he's a good guy." So she did, and now they still work the circuit together, and they have all this drama. They work all these festivals.
Really?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
That's weird.
It's good.
If
It's
you
a little soap opera.
If you could do a really good in-depth documentary on the life of someone that really goes from town to town, lives the
Yes.
carnival life.
I would watch that show. It is fascinating. The trapeze artists, they're the top. The people at the trapeze, they are the most coveted carny score. If you get to sleep with anybody on the
see how they're
carny circuit,
flexible, yeah,
the
athletic.
trapeze
Yeah.
are the hotties of the carnival.
Well, I get that. They just did that. Have you ever seen The Greatest Showman?
Yes.
Yeah, they have Zendaya as she's trapeze.
Beautiful girl.
Beautiful
So,
girl. Yeah.
but like fairs, are they considered is that a carnival in a sense? Like kind of like a fair's got the same elements as a carnival.
If they
different level.
travel, it's the same.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
now really, it's over, right? The whole carnival thing is kind of over. I mean, you've got the South Florida Fair kind of stuff, but then it's pretty much Cirque du Soleil. The Barnum and Bailey stuff is gone.
'Cause of the
they're out of
animals.
business. Yeah,
There are low budget circuses that are still doing it.
really.
I fucking hated the circus. Hated it. It's everything I hate. Clowns, people walking up on high shit, shitty snacks. Hate cotton candy. Don't like peanuts.
Can you see 6-year-old Panic Attack Pennington losing his shit at the circus?
6-year-old Pennington? How about fucking 40-year-old Pennington?
Losing his mind.
Not a big circus guy.
Yeah. According to the Washington Post, I think this is out in 2015, but the jobs with the highest percentage of people who drink heavily: mining, construction, hotels and restaurants, arts and entertainment, and then utilities.
I mean, mining. Aren't you in the ground?
You
with
are.
Fucking earth falling on you and shit.
That shit's stressful.
Like you're about
Yeah.
to die. at
You
any
always
minute.
get trapped with like you and 15
Yeah.
of your other work buddies, and they can't rescue you.
Well, that makes some sense. I mean, yeah, my one set of grandparents were down in kind of like coal mining country down there. And so, yeah, you think about it, there's nothing going on down there. So there's nothing to do in those parts of West Virginia. So you drink for entertainment. You build the camaraderie up in the mine, and you're just like going, oh, my God, we made it out today. Who knows about tomorrow? Let's get a drink.
But being a mom's the toughest job in the world. Right?
Well, yeah, I think
More
stay,
than a minor?
Yeah, if
Stay
your
at
house
home.
is caving in on you.
stay-at-home mom is right below minor.
Bill Burr, the comedian, has a whole thing on that. He's like hearing Oprah and all these people talking about, mom's the hardest job in the world. She's a mother. He's like, what about these miners that go out there? They're every fucking day. The ground's
Yeah.
falling off. Shit's exploding.
I
in their
pick
face.
stay-at-home mom over mining any day.
Yeah, me too.
It's challenging, but no, there's about 1,000 professions that rank ahead of stay-at-home mom.
Oh yeah, and then he goes, but the mom will, yeah, but my toddler was fussy today, wouldn't need his care. It's like, you got fucking stuck in a mine.
Yeah.
Mine's caving in on him.
Yeah. What do you think about soldiers and everything else?
Yeah,
No.
military,
Stay-at-home mom is the toughest job in the world, Kevin.
not above a lot.
Sorry.
That's what people make you think.
If tomorrow you're going, Kev, one of two things. I'm going to throw you out there. There's going to be mines all over the place exploding,
War.
bullets whizzing by your head. Or you can stay home with a fussy toddler who won't eat carrots. Toddler.
No, Kevin, stay-at-home mom's the toughest job on the planet.
No, it's not. It's kind of interesting because he broke it down by drugs, too. Top 5 for illicit drugs, percentage of employees who use them. Hotels, restaurants, 1. Arts and entertainment, 2. Management, 3. Information, 4. And construction, 5. That doesn't seem like a good idea to do construction on drugs, illicit drugs.
No, I think mining, construction, all of that. You need to be straight for that, right?
Agree.
I think so.
I think after the fact, you're like, oh, give me whatever. But yeah, you're right. In the middle of it?
In the mist.
yeah.
Now, stay at home, Mom. You can be a little drunk for that.
I've known several stay-at-home moms that drink wine.
Let me tell you, sometimes
Yeah.
one glass of wine
Virginia.
or a little nip of Fireball do you good.
Kid doesn't eat his fucking veggies. Hardest job in the world.
It's unreal. Let's see here. What do you think about this concept? Is it going to work? Ryan Reynolds is producing an R-rated riff on Home Alone called Stoned Alone. It's about a guy who misses the flight to his holiday ski trip, so he goes home and gets high. But then he gets paranoid, thinking that people are breaking into his home. But it's not just the weed talking. People are really trying to break into his house, and now he has to take them out while high.
Huh.
Is there any way that works?
It could.
Yeah, I guess so. It's all about the writing, right? Sounds like a pretty crazy concept, but then he said he'd watch it.
Of course. I think he kind of has to.
He loves it.
Well, I got some people that voting on the Summer Movie Showdown for today. It is on our Twitter. It's all about the war. We're just talking about dudes in war. You've got Saving Private Ryan going up against Full Metal Jacket. And, yeah, I think you're right. The Saving Private Ryan is going to win. I think it's up 66 to 34%. But, that movie was slow to me. Saving Private Ryan.
It is. There's slow parts in it.
And I know Full Metal Jacket is really just the half. You really love the drill sergeant yelling at Pyle and everything happens there. In the back half, who cares? But I don't know. I would take, I think, the first half of a good movie over the Saving Private Ryan that had, to me, just that one really good scene. The rest of the movie, I don't remember totally what happened.
There's a lot of searching for him. There's a lot of
they're just walking through the countryside of France.
Hanks being charming, because that's what Hanks does.
Yeah, it does. Gritty. I'd say gritty.
Gritty.
Yeah, he's being a little bit more gritty in this one. He's got many faces.
Are you a big Tom Hanks fan?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Do you like him a lot?
I like him good. He's not my favorite. I mean, he's always going to be wholesome and solid and nailing it.
Did you ever see that interview when he was promoting one of his movies? He dropped an F-bomb live on, I think it was like the Today Show. It's like, so this fucking guy was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. He dropped an F-bomb.
Even when he curses,
He's
he's
a likable
likable.
guy, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, honestly, is probably one of my favorites now.
He's likable,
I think he's
dude.
great. Everything he does with Deadpool and even outside of that when he promotes it, I think it's good. I don't know how much of it's him or if he has writers, but
I've heard that he brought his own personality to the Deadpool character, much like Robert Downey Jr. brought a lot to the Iron Man character.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I really like it. Ryan Reynolds has become one of my favorites.
He was on a teenage soap opera on Nickelodeon called 15, and it was over-the-top acting, and it was awesome. It was so good
Yeah.
because it was so bad.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a suggestion for the summer movies. Bonnie said, what about horror? Maybe The Ring versus The Grudge or Blair Witch Project.
I love horror movies.
Yeah, give us a pairing because, yeah, that's the one genre I don't know anything about. That's why we haven't had any horror movie pairings yet.
I mean, you go old school style and do, the original Friday the 13th versus the original Halloween or the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
All that
somebody
stuff.
give me a good matchup. The other ones I was pretty dialed in on.
Could do something like Sixth Sense versus what's a good twist ending that fucks your mind?
Titanic.
7.
Oh, 7,
Sixth
yeah.
Sense or Titanic. Sixth Sense or
7.
7.
And it worked, 6-7.
I love it. You got me excited, and then I forgot my thoughts.
You're fun to watch. That whole thing just happened right now on KVJ TV. I highly recommend going back and watching that.
But that is
That's a great meme.
That's a good pairing right there. Good job, Virginia.
When your brain is buffering.
I'm looking at it right now. We're delayed. Man, I really do talk with my hands a lot. I'm always fucking moving around over here.
There's a lot of movement.
Squirmy
You're doing a
bitch.
lot of dancing. It looks like you're popping locking the whole time you're talking.
I may do that, but I got to start getting the clips. There's a laugh you do that you sound just like an 80s rapper. You go like this. You almost did it. We gotta start
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me
It
wonder
is.
how I keep from going under.
You walked in the other day.
A hop, a hip, a do
And
the
you,
hip, a hip,
you
hop,
laughed
don't
at your
stop.
own. You laughed at your own joke and walked out of the room and goes, ha ha ha.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
You have a rapper's laugh.
80s rapper.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
No party like a West Coast party.
Got this email said, hey, heard the story from yesterday, and believe me, Kev, you were right about the California DMV sleeper. The employee wasn't fired because management didn't take the proper steps. Trust me, I've seen some unbelievable stuff here that you'd definitely think people could get fired for, from hookups to toking in the parking lot at work to cussing out management and throwing chairs at them. We really should have a reality show. Love you and your show, Insider Informant.
I like these insiders.
About the DMV.
I like this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I like when you hear like behind the scenes details of how things are just whack at people's jobs.
Yeah.
Stuff that like if the boss found out, people would get fired.
Right.
Stuff that like they don't want the public to know.
I do love that. The public should not know this. I like
Yes.
hearing that about restaurant stuff too.
Tell me, baby.
Yep. I had a really weird dream last night. In fact, I just remembered it as what was going to be. It was on my mind today.
Me too. I had a super weird dream. I couldn't stop thinking about it when I was in the shower.
That happens to me, Kim. I'll have a dream and then forget about it, and then some part in the day later on, I'll go, I had that dream. That just happened to you, didn't it?
It happened last night, and it woke me up, and it was just so weird. And I'm like, I kept telling myself, hey, make sure that's what's on your mind. I'm like going, oh, shit, what's on my mind today? I totally forgot. Yeah, so I had this dream, and in the dream, I go to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and there was no drinking involved or anything like that, but I wake up, and I get out of bed, and I look around, I'm like, this room's different. And I've known that whole thing where it's like I've had that many times from drinking where you wake up and you're like,
Man, where am I?
Where am I?
Who's
What
this
happened?
chick?
How did I get to bed? Like, I don't even
Where
know.
are my pants?
Yeah, what's going on here? And then I go out and I walk into what is a kitchen. And I don't know what this is. I'm like, I am not home. I'm like, where the hell am I? And then the Mexican queen comes out. I'm like, what is going on? I look outside and there's like snow on the ground and like, I'm like, where am I and what's going on? She's like, what do you mean, where are you and what's going on? She's
Of
like,
course, she's like, stop being stupid.
right. She's like, you're at home. I'm like, what do you mean I'm at home? I'm like, I don't live in a place that doesn't snow in Florida. She's like, we haven't lived in Florida in 6 years.
Oh.
I'm like, what do you mean we haven't lived in Florida in 6 years? She's like, you all right? I'm like, no. I'm like, I went to bed last night in fucking Florida. And I'm like, I wake up now and where am I? And it was so weird.
Where
And
were you?
I don't know. I went to bed and I woke up and it was 6 years later. And I had no memory of what had happened.
You have the temporary amnesia.
I don't know what it was. It was just gone, but I remembered 6 years ago, like it was yesterday. And I'm like, well, I can tell you exactly what happened that day and the day before. And she's like, how do you remember 6 years ago? I'm like, I swear I went to bed last night and it was 6 years. And then I started thinking the last thing I thought, I'm like, this actually would be an interesting movie plot because trying to figure out what happened in those 6 years.
Yeah.
Why is my life radically different and what changed and why can't I remember it?
I know why you had that dream.
Why?
You are subconsciously getting ready for your Jerusalem trip. This is a spiritual trip for you. This is a spiritual dream you had. You're looking into the future. There's uncertain answers, and it's all about this trip. You, my friend, are going to get answers. That's what it is.
He threw his bandana down and took a sip of his drink.
Yeah, like it was okay.
Like, and it shall be done.
You know what I think it is? And I think the reason
Not what he said?
No.
Shocking.
No, I really don't even fully understand what he was saying.
I don't either.
I'm not really sure I did.
Sometimes when he's talking, I just nod and smile.
Yeah.
that works for me though.
You know what I think it was is I think it really because one of the last things I did right before I went to bed, I just had that thought. I'm like going, holy crap. I'm like, and I started thinking about the time. I'm like, it's July. Wait.
It's almost August.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, okay, so when did we start at RMF?
I thought it was the 5th of August.
Was it the 5th?
No, it was the end of July. It was like the 28th.
It couldn't have been.
29th.
Our contract ended on July 31st.
Well, your birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Our contract.
Our contract, I'm telling you, I know how this went down. Our contract ended on July, the last day of July. That was the last day we were a part of Cox. Then we were legally allowed to talk to other stations. I'm telling you, it was past August.
But I remember our contract ended and we started the very next day.
Denny's got something he's bringing
Yeah,
in
because it
here.
ended at midnight and then we started.
Oh, so KVJ Nation made us one of those trophies that's all like beautiful and made of acrylic.
Uh-huh.
And it says, KVJ Show, congratulations on your first year back.
But that's the date they probably had that made, maybe.
July 29th.
It couldn't have been.
That might be right. It might be the 29th.
Couldn't have been on the air on the 29th.
Why not?
Because our contract was still going down at Cox.
No, but we had signed it. I don't think it was like it ended exactly at the month.
I can tell you what it is.
'Cause we had
I'll just go
left-
to the calendar right now, and I can tell you, because it was a Tuesday we came here.
Because we had left Wild at that.
Was it 2014?
Uh-oh. Here comes the math.
I got
It
this.
was.
I got it.
But that's what it was. And I think the reason why I had the dream is he does the math. I'll explain this part of it. Is I just sat there, I'm like going, holy crap, it's been 4 years. I mean, that's like a presidential term. That's like all your time in high school that you have together. I'm like, we just ran through that at RMF. I'm like, going, where is life going? And so I think I had that planted in my brain because that was the last thing I tweeted out last night, and I put my phone down, I went to sleep, and I think that manifested itself in my dreams, and I woke up, and it was 6 years later, and I had no memory. Because honestly, the last 4 years kind of been a blur.
So it was either July 29th
Which is a Tuesday.
or August 5th. It was one of those 2 days because we came back on a Tuesday. The 29th, I mean, if that date's on there and the 29th, it would kind of, am I wrong? Oh, I'm in 2014.
No, this is a year. So you're in the right year if you're in 14.
Okay, all right.
And the 29th was a Tuesday, so that does make sense.
But I swear we were not allowed legally to, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah. Am I about to say something legally?
Yeah, what am I talking about? I could have swore we weren't allowed to be on the air in July, but again,
I think we were on the air in July.
doesn't feel right though.
Yeah, it feels like that's when it all kind of started off. Hey, do we have where's the
We have a okay, I was gonna say we have to have.
Here comes Suits. What do you have to say, Suits?
Yeah, we
I
have-
found the article on Channel 25 when you came back on. It's dated July 29th, 2014.
Well, there you go.
Damn it, I'm wrong. Very wrong.
Hey, and where's the okay, so we do have the KVJ show Wikipedia too. Yeah, we can check that out.
Yeah, but Wikipedia is
Let's see
put
what
up
says
with by people like us.
No, but you have to have, I think, clearance to update it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I
but
remember we signed off on it and
There's
read it.
shit wrong all the time on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if they have an exact date here.
Does anybody in the chat room know? Well, Pursuit's got it.
Joe, I don't know. On the Wikipedia, it says return to West Palm Beach market on July 27th, 2014. So, yeah, we got to figure out this.
Well, you know what? Either way, happy anniversary.
But it wasn't on your birthday, was it, Virginia? Because your birthday is July 27th, right?
It was after my birthday.
When's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Well, happy birthday.
This is what happens when you don't keep a calendar.
Oh, I don't know anybody's birthday.
Every day is a surprise.
I'm so terrible at birthdays.
You almost forgot your birthday.
I did. There was one year I walked in here and go, oh, shit, it's my birthday. Damn it.
Always fun, isn't it? Amanda from Vancouver, Washington sent an email, said I got one of those scam emails about somebody watching me while I jerk my willy. Exact words, LOL, which is funny because I don't have a willy. I just responded back saying, go ahead and tell everyone. I also had a doctor once tell me after my second time, after seeing him, that I had a pretty pink cervix.
What?
Needless to say, I never went back to him. Super creepy.
Pretty pink.
I always love hearing you in the afternoons, Amanda. Oh, afternoons. Wouldn't it be great to do this show in the afternoon?
I don't know if I would like that. I kind of like this schedule. I like getting things over with in the morning.
I think I'd like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That's not bad.
I think that'd be fantastic.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But like, you know how like the love doctors, they'll go into like the 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That'd be depressing to me.
It'd be interesting, yeah, because I mean, I know doing this schedule, I mean, you miss out on, like, for me, you know, like every night, my family, especially during the summertime, like they always, when I'm going to bed, they're all running out and they go to dinner together.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Like, woohoo, he's in bed.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go
Who knows?
spend all his
Yeah.
money.
I don't-
Dad's sleeping. Let's go fucking party.
I think that's it, yeah.
And let's go shopping too.
Yeah. So, you know, the family's always doing something without me, or you got sporting events, all this kind of stuff. I never get to watch any of that stuff. I got to, you know, just get the highlights the next day, which, you know, saves a little bit of time because commercials and all that. But still,
You're right. The schedule is very opposite of everybody else's.
I know what I miss out on this schedule, and it's almost like, oh, man, if I could dial up doing what we do at a different time of day.
I would let y'all pick because I'm flexible. I think I could change if I had to. I could do whatever. So I'd rather you guys pick the hours.
I mean, if we did like a late afternoon, if we started at like 1 or 2, our schedules would be so different. We would probably be real creatures of the night.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be...
Yeah, I'd probably party too much.
I think she would, but we couldn't do it after. I think she would fucking go off the rails, man.
I would do a Demi Lovato.
We can't do an afternoon show.
If we did like if we were on 3 to 7, that would be...
Getting up at 3:45 keeps me honest.
It keeps me honest, too. I can see me pre-gaming for the afternoon show. Kev, I've been up since noon, fucking pounding. Yeah, let's not do it. It's not good, man.
It's not good.
Maybe this is the only thing keeping us from really needing rehab.
I think we need the mornings, man.
Okay. I got this email. Heather from the Pizzle said, I'm very behind on the show, but I just listened to the ATS podcast where Jaybird had mentioned all of his cologne that he wears, and I'm pretty sure every cologne mentioned my dad wears. And he's technically considered a, quote, senior citizen. Juniper, Diesel. I just thought it was pretty funny. I have the women's Clinique Happy, and it smells amazing. I can only imagine that the men smells just as good. Yeah,
Denny's has that. It does. It smells great on them.
that's what I'm wearing right now. Because I'm happy.
How trendy.
Yeah,
Very trendy.
Very trendy, yeah.
I think I have to get a refill on my Nautica Sport later.
Well, you can go to TJ Maxx and get it for $6.
Look, I love me Nautica Sport. I get a lot of compliments on it. More than that fucking whatever that new shit everyone's talking about. I forget what it's called. It's like Juniper or Junipi or something like that.
Tanya said, hey, I'm listening to you guys talking about 3D printers. There's a doctor in Port St. Lucie that uses a 3D printer to recreate the patient's own knees for the knee replacement. The patient goes in prior to the surgery and has their knees scanned. Then the printer makes the knee and the doctor performs the knee replacement. Makes recovery time much faster and pain a lot less.
That's just insane to me. You can make a knee on a printer?
Yeah, it's happening. That's the good side of it.
Wow.
Yep. Let's see here. We got the first IVF baby was born 40 years ago today. We had our first child last year via IVF, and Kevin's words of wisdom really helped me through the whole process. And to celebrate, we transferred our second, hopefully, baby today. Science is amazing, and we're so grateful that we were given the opportunity to have children through IVF. It's crazy to think that around 8 million babies have been brought into this world because of it. Just wanted to share this little fact about the science that has made such an impact on the lives of so many families. And thanks again to Kevin for your advice. Even the smallest acts of kindness truly have a lasting impact. From Jesse.
Look at you. You're kind of, sounds like 10% responsible for the birth of a baby.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. You are amazing. Let's see here. Got an email from Matthew. He said, on the dirt of the day on 725, it was cut out, but at 4051, all you hear is the witch saying, and that's the dirt of the day. If this was a mistake, either way, it's awesome. Said, and Denny's wrote, I only left that part because Virginia made a joke. So apparently Virginia's joke from the dirt of the day made it. So if you're wondering and you heard that, there you go. Got this email here saying, it's an early morning. I'm leaving my house, very excited, and that I still have the podcast to listen to on my way to work. I stop at the Starbucks drive-thru as I pass my phone to the cashier so she can scan my app. I realize the podcast is on speaker.
Uh-oh.
And Jaybird starts talking about pussy pudding.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry.
That's amazing.
The cashier almost drops my phone, starts laughing awkwardly, slightly embarrassed. I should have known better than to make sure I didn't turn off the podcast before handing her my phone to Starbucks.
Something about the podcast, man, just makes you kind of loosey-goosey in here. It's kinda,
That's amazing.
I don't think I swear this much in my regular life, do I?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You're not alone. I mean,
I don't go into like a doctor's office like, what time's the fucking appointment? Hey, where's the fucking doc? I'm not like that.
I'm here to get my fucking balls checked.
But, you know, for people, somebody had said the other day, they're like going, hey, I would love for you guys to leave the mics on during commercial. This is about what it sounds like.
Right.
And it really is.
Yeah. Except talking about shit about people we know. Other than that, it's just, yeah.
We can't. That's why we can't put it up, because there's a lot of shit talking.
It's not about the swearing. It's more about the gossiping. Motherfuckers got to vent. I'm sorry.
I agree. It's got to go somewhere. Otherwise, you drink. Oh, wait, we do that too.
Oh, venting when you're drunk. Forget about it.
That's just fun.
Then the cat's out of the bag.
Oscar talking here said, because I've finished all the KVJ shows and the ATSPs and I don't want to wait till the next day, I'll sometimes go way back to past shows and notice the differences in how you run the show. One thing that never changes, though, is how you all playfully make fun of each other. The following conversation was from a show y'all had back on November 2014 regarding Kevin's tight shirt and a certain body part of his. I remembered listening to this conversation back then and how funny it was. I laughed just as much listening to it a second time around, and since I'm an equal opportunity, go fuck yourselfer. Hey, Jaybird, Kevin, Virginia, Denny, Suits, and Thumbelina, all of you can go fuck yourselves. Love you guys. The conversation is Kevin prepares to give clues to his partner for the no-name movie game. Jaybird says, can you give clues with your shirt so tight? Kevin sounding extremely smuggy. The shirt actually fits very well. This is not too tight. This is a great-looking shirt. Virginia says, we can free hand draw your nipple. We can see it. Kevin responds, honestly, I can't help my nipples. Jaybird says, how are you able to talk, man? Kevin, you know what? This is nipple discrimination. You guys have always been ripping on my nipples, and it's not my fault. Jaybird, they're very pointy. Virginia, I have any trouble breastfeeding, I know who I'm going to turn to. Jaybird said, yeah, no kidding. Kevin said, no milk comes out. Virginia asked, can you breastfeed my baby? So Rocco, was that pre-Rocco?
Yeah, it's going to be post.
4 years, November 2014.
November 2014. Was I pregnant? Yeah.
No. I'm not good with these years.
Yeah, we already
Rocco was born in
covered that.
2015, and so I would have been pregnant in November. Yeah.
Pregger.
Kevin says, I've got an impressive nozzle, but there's no milk. Jaybird mimicking a baby that needs his milk. Mama.
Mama. Oh, I remember this, yeah.
Virginia, oh, our baby's hungry. Kevin, will you feed Jaybird? Jaybird crying like a baby in the background. Kevin, he's got facial hair. There's no way. Virginia, will you give our baby milk? Kevin, that would be the weirdest thing ever. Jaybird says, that would be the weirdest stunt. Virginia says, that's why we need to do it.
Oh, memories.
I still think we should do that.
Well, let's do it.
Just go on ahead and just make it happen, huh?
Yeah.
At this point, why
Like
not?
a breastfeeding PSA.
Once a man pisses in his face once, I mean,
It's all downhill.
it's all downhill.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
You have no standards, obviously.
Virginia does have a good idea, though. When we want to do like a big KVJ Nation kind of a, you know, maybe like a remote or an appearance, we should play that video.
It's only going to be a
one-time
showing
video.
only.
Yeah.
You'll get to see all the men on the KVJ show piss in their own face, and one of them laughs and accidentally pisses in their mouth.
Maybe raise some money for little smiles.
I
Something.
love it. Sell tickets. Make it, you know what we should do?
People would love it.
We need a big event to kick off when your beer comes around, Full Gorilla. We should do it with that. Because we won't have a beer fest when your beer comes out. We need a big event. We create one with the pissing in the mouth video.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, probably either, yeah.
Pissing in the face sounds better. Pissing in the mouth is a little too much.
I'm sorry, pissing in
It was
the
an
face.
accident to piss in Kevin's.
It was.
Yeah, probably what would be good is maybe sometime the second week in November, we could do a full gorilla.
I love it.
The weather would be better. We could do it at Due South. We just have to get a screen mounted up in there. We could do a little bit of a stage. They got so much room in there.
Is that before?
I'm excited.
Before or after your spiritual journey in Jerusalem?
Yeah, that's the only thing. You're right. Yeah, I'm gone on, I think, the 9th. Yeah.
And you're gone for 10 days?
9.
Yeah, gone like 9 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll go right before, and then I can take my sins
Cleanse.
to the Wailing Wall.
Don't do it after. Does I feel after you're gonna still have
You never know,
spiritualness
yeah.
on you? Like,
I
guys,
might come back in a robe. And,
Yeah.
You might come back and not be fun anymore.
Yeah. You're right. I might come back with an announcement.
We
No,
will
we'll-
kick your ass.
It'll wear off. Within 3 weeks, we'll get him back.
I'll come back. I look like Jesus and announce my pilgrimage.
Not gonna put up with that.
The devil herself will not put up with that.
We're gonna have a holy war when I get back.
I want my Kevin.
All right, got any stuff for the KVJ After the Show podcast or the regular show? You can send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.